Yo, what's up? This is Kip from Extortionist, and you're watching Soundlink TV.
What is everybody? Trenton here with Soundlink TV with Extortionist. Kip, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. This is the interview that people will see because there's like 30 seconds we were just talking about that never happened.
You can still find that. You should like clip it at the end of this video and just watch your camera.
Josh, do we have that? Because I think you had that. I don't think so. It does not exist. It does not exist. Yeah. Long story short, these guys were at Ground Zero venue. You guys see us do stuff at a lot, and one of their villains was supposed to hold my tripod, and the wind knocked it over and broke my camera. So
round two.
Round two. This is the one that you get to do. So
Cool.
You're on this tour, which is probably a bigger tour than that one. So
this tour for us has been like insane. We've never played to so many people, like especially people we don't know. Like every night, 10 people tops know who we are. Like, you know, who's heard us before? 10 people, like, woo. We're like, cool. Well, check us out.
Yeah, how's that for you people? Where I guess I obviously they're probably coming to see the headliners too because everybody knows them. But like, you know, some may have just been like, yo, these are my boys. I'm gonna go see my boys tonight on this big tour. How's people are coming just to see you guys? How's that?
Yeah, I mean, like every night there's at least one kid that's excited to see us. It's kind of fun because of the different crowds we attract. There's like we got like our little more violent crowd coming in for us, and then the Browning Betraying the Martyrs crowd is not as friendly to them. Sometimes it's fun. It's fun to watch. There's actually been no fights, which is pretty cool. I'm kind of glad there's not been fights.
Yeah. What do you do? Because I mean, like Body Snatchers is another band where Kyle's just the happiest guy, but he gets on stage and he just gets this, I want to see you rip that guy's dick off and feed it to him, you know? Or I mean, you're this happy guy too, but you get on stage, you're just like, I want to see some death, you know? So like, where does that come from? Like this whole, I guess, inner like stage demon presence that just takes over and you just get on stage and just like, you're just like a completely different person. Like, what's that experience like getting ready to like change modes like that?
It's like more of a release. It's like some people go to like a therapy session or they'll go do like a sports outing or like go do something. And for us, I have 30 minutes on stage where I get to be an absolute animal. And it's fun. Like me and my boys are up there just having a blast and just being angry, and people are angry with us. It makes us less angry.
Oh yeah.
So it's cool. It's definitely fun for like 30 minutes, and then it's back to being a nice guy again.
I guess this question was something that was going to be asked the last time, but what do you guys have out right now that people can listen to and promote and everything? What's the latest stuff that people can hear from you guys?
We just put out a record called Sever the Cord.
Perfect timing then.
Exactly. On I think it was March 22nd, so like a couple weeks ago, through Stay Six Recordings, and it's been awesome. There's like a whole new style of like singing for us. We strayed away from like a straight up like deathcore style beat down band, whatever you want to call us. And yeah, we're trying to like rock into like an open market of like more of a grunge sound. Okay. So if you like Alice in Chains and Korn and new metal and
are you guys kind of like switching it like My Ticket Home did, where they went from the whole like sceney metalcore thing into like this whole like full on 90s grunge type thing?
Well, I mean, so being from the Northwest, it's like the grunge feeling just kind of came to us all naturally, you know. So like people always called us a sad metal band or like depressed metal or whatever people would say, stuff like that. And we're like, well, if that's the vibe we give off, let's go for it. Let's hit it, and shit, we did. It's been absolutely super cool, and we're like really excited to keep going down that path and see what happens.
So what's the experience with Stay Sick been like? Because I find it funny that a lot of the people who would like bands like yours and all these other bands on Stay Sick are the same people that would talk a lot of shit about Attila, but he's signing all the bands that they like. So what's this weird? Because like, you know, obviously Attila's this big, you know, scene band, you know, they got a lot of, you know, Franz is this absolute polarizing personality and stuff, and so but he's picking up all these deathcore, hardcore bands, you know, that been touring on these small DIY circuits for years. And so what's that community like, and that relationship been like with him and that label?
It's cool. There's a couple guys behind it all too, and there's like a team of guys, obviously, just like anything, and I think they kind of found a niche where like in a group of bands that they thought would do really well, and they picked us all up. They picked up all of my friends' bands pretty much at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Like all these Distinguisher got announced today, or yesterday.
Shout out to Distinguisher forever.
Yeah, so I mean, like all these bands that I've been seeing, you know, pop around on tours with you guys, or like, you know, coming to Ground Zero down the road and stuff. It's like 3 months later, boom, Stay Sick's got them, and it's like, yo.
Stay Sick has a lot of stuff like coming in their arsenal. Man, Stay Sick's a powerhouse right now, and I'm really excited that they picked us up and are letting us be part of it. Honestly, it's pretty awesome. Coolest team of dudes, like greatest team to have.
Do you guys, I guess, get shit from people who are like who hate, I guess, Attila that much or whatever, and they talk shit, but like you guys are. Like bands like you guys are like assigned to them, and so they're just like, oh fuck this band, they're sold out, they're with Attila, blah blah blah. Do you get any of that shit?
We actually don't catch a lot of flack for Attila. It's I don't know why. I don't know how it separates so easily. I feel like people also don't talk shit about Attila to us because we're on Stay Sick. You know, I feel like they definitely don't come out.
It goes from talk. It goes from talking shit, like, hey man, here's my EP. Can you give it to Franz and can I get signed? You know, it's probably now
I'm like, dude, you gotta email him just as many times as we did, man.
The new album's out and everything, and how's the response been that for you guys? You know, I guess it's your first one on this label, and so what's the response been like that from I guess it's beyond the first week, but your first week performance or whatever you want to call it.
I mean, we charted on the billboards, like on obviously like heavy and like top new artists, but we got on the indie charts, which was kind of surprising. We didn't really that was a weird one to see. Like when we got it back and we charted, like it wasn't very high, obviously, but I mean we charted on the indie charts. It was kind of a weird thing. We're like, that was where we kind of like we're like, cool, this like singing niche is working, you know, and it's like the music that we all really wanted to play, and it was like it's really cool. Like it's been everything, all of our numbers have doubled for the most part. Like it just seems like this album's going to do really well, and then the next album will hopefully do just as well, you know.
Yeah, do you feel, I guess this is looking in the future, but charting on the charts, you didn't expect to do that, so why couldn't this happen, you know, in the next couple months or maybe on the next album? A lot of the bands who even Knocked Loose was on it, like yeah, like even their new stuff was on Octane and stuff. So like with the whole like I guess more grungy singing style, do you feel like you guys would be more pushed towards radio with this sound, or maybe on the next one, depending on where you want to go, or you guys having that as an option?
Radio would be like awesome, you know. I mean, like because being, you know, and like it seems like by 2020 there's going to be metal bands on the radio. Like I don't know, like where I live, there's radio stations for bands like us. You know, KGRG is like a radio station up there, and they play like all sorts of bands like us. They play us all the time, and it's cool. I think that by the end of the year, with our like slight mixture of like more of a rock style, we'll end up on the radio, and like I wouldn't say in mainstream, or anything like that.
Well, I'm going for more like the Octane thing, because I mean, I would say Knocked Loose is even too heavy for something like Octane, like but they were on it, and then you go to festivals like what was formerly called Carolina Rebellion, like last year, Code Orange is playing it, you know what I mean? So like, I think Knocked Loose is on some of those festivals this year too, and so I guess for you guys as this performance charting, says a lot about your trajectory. It means you're going up, and so people look at your charts, and you charted on a chart, and so that could mean next step could be, well, let's get these guys further out there, see what they can do. So with that, I guess with that new style of like singing or like grungy stuff, do you feel like you could not just be like on a niche radio, but like driving on the road, turn on the rock station, and you hear one of your songs or something,
I mean, yeah, hopefully. I mean, like we're working on more stuff right now that's definitely more like radio, like rock radio friendly, because we like it. I love rock bands. Like being in Seattle, like Alice in Chains is such a cool band. Hearing them on the radio all the time at home is awesome, and like I would love to be like, yo, that was Alice in Chains, them Bones. Here's Extortionist, a local band from here, and I'm like, and I think it'd be really cool. That's definitely like our end goal. Like being on the Octane, like the charts, and just like doing cool shit.
So I guess the last thing about this whole transition is how do you go from being a, I guess, deathcore death metal band or whatever you want to call yourselves formally into this? You said people say you're sad, you're a sad metal band, or whatever. So you just like, well, let's just give that to them. But I assume there's more of a discussion into that. Like, hey, let's just go from breakdowns and blast beats or whatever to making a hook, putting some singing on there, maybe getting those hell yeah Slayer guys, who listen to the radio all day on there.
Fans. That's what we're going for right now, which is yeah, I mean it's like, shit, hold on. Repeat your question.
I guess how did you go from like the super heavy to like not so super heavy, if that makes any sense?
So we had to do a transition, obviously. So our album still has like ass beaters, for lack of a better term, like, and even the soft songs with singing, like the end of them or like in the middle of it, there's a breakdown. It's like, hopefully when we start playing them, it's like people will be like, wow, this is really groovy, and then a breakdown comes in, they're like, yo, I was just sad, now I'm pissed, I'm gonna beat the piss out of somebody, like, so like, and that's the whole purpose of it. Like, and it seems to be that's what people like a lot, because people that are angry are also sad, they want to listen to softer music. Like a lot of people that listen to our type of music also listen to like Movements and like Citizen and like bands like that. And like our hope is to hit that market too. And like because obviously we love bands like that. We'd love to hopefully get on a band or a tour with like a Movement, Citizen, Turnover style package. Like and that would be sick, you know, honestly. And that's like we're hopefully like onto the cusp of that transition. Like hopefully this album and our next release will put us in that more of a market.
So you're literally gonna be a sad band, sad metal band,
but still heavy because I still want to watch people beat the shit out of
you're gonna be like Movements with breakdowns. As soon as that sad spark comes, you're just gonna be like, instead of just crying, you're gonna be like pissed and be like, fight each other now.
Somebody uppercut somebody. Yeah, I mean, Movements is still heavy. Like the bass tone on that album is still like one of the heaviest.
Yeah, but they're not having circle pits and walls of death or anything.
That'd be fun though. I'd be there for that. I'll get into that one. I bet I won't get hurt in that one.
Oh, by the way, did you hear that? I don't know if it's real. I guess it's real. Did you hear that Real Friends cover of Duality by Slipknot?
I did. I heard it, and honestly, it wasn't bad. I mean, like
I was shocked.
I love Real Friends for one. They're
so there we go. Pop punk band going heavy right there.
Yeah, well, those guys are all like those guys all used to be in metal bands apparently. Like if you see like live pictures, there's like Beartooth shirts and like Memphis Mayfire shirts and stuff like that. And so they were like, yeah, I'm tired of playing angry music. I'm gonna play happy sad music. And then, well, now they're amazing. So
all right, man. So last question. Your hat says Ozzy Osbourne on it. Do you think he's ever going to stop?
No, he wrote a song about it. I don't want to stop. Zach Wilde was on it. That's how you know it's awesome. So
there you go. And what'd you think about The Dirt, if you've seen that?
I did. We actually finally got to watch it in Florida, and we watched it 3 times in a row. So it was awesome.
What'd you think about Ozzy looking up his own piss?
Oh, dude. I hope
Spoiler alert. Ozzy licks his own piss in that movie.
I hope that it was real. That's all I have to say. I hope he really also did lick Nikki Sixx's piss, too. Like, I really do. I hope he did.
All right, man. Well, there you go. Trenton with Soundlink TV with Kip from The Extortionist. I almost called you Kid because I thought that's what you said your name was at first. What's up, Kid?
But, yeah, at least it's not Kim.
No, there you go. Kim Kardashian. There you go. All right, Trenton with Soundlink TV with Kim Kardashian of Extortionist. Thanks for watching.